Yo, what up YouTube? Explosive Patterns here, back again with another video, and today is going to be my second episode of How to Dunk, and I'm going to be talking about plyometrics and just going over some basic guidelines behind them. The first thing we go over is like when you start doing them. A lot of people say that a benchmark to have is you start doing plyometrics once you can squat 1.5 times your body weight. And while I agree that it's important to have a certain level of strength and a certain level of coordination before you start doing plyometrics, it's not necessary to only start doing them when you can squat 1.5 times your body weight. You can start them before, but like I said, you want to make sure that you have a decent level of strength and coordination before you start doing them. And I want to recommend doing really intense plyometrics before you're a teenager, because obviously if you do it before you hit certain growth spurts, then it can really result in injury. But I mean, you can do low-level plyometrics like jump rope and things. I mean, as a kid, if you play sport, you're doing all types of plyometrics. Like if you're playing basketball, like there are a bunch of plyometric type movements in basketball, but you don't see parents holding their kids after basketball till they're older. So you can do lower level plyometrics pretty much at any age. But as far as the higher intensity plyometrics go, I would definitely wait until you're a teenager and you have a decent level of coordination and strength before then. But like I said, you don't necessarily need to squat 1.5 times your body weight before you start doing them. But it's a good guideline to have, and you certainly want to do strength training along with plyometrics, but it's not necessarily you have to squat 1.5 times your body weight before continuing. Another thing is whether or not you need to do plyometrics, and to understand, plyometrics are an exercise that really works the like I said, there's 3 points where you generate the most force: ankles, knees, hips. And plyometrics really work the knee and the ankle, especially the Achilles tendon. So if you really want to work on muscular reactivity and elasticity in the Achilles tendon area, that's something you need to work on. Then plyometrics is going to help you out a lot. But if you're already pretty good in that area, like you can already rebound quickly, you're quick on your feet, light on your feet, then plyometrics probably don't need to be placed at the forefront of your training program, because if you're already proficient in that area, it'd be more beneficial to you to spend more time on other things. Like for example, maybe you need to do more strength training, maybe you need to do more hip dominant movements like sprinting or other explosive type exercises, because for the most part plyometric movements are mainly involved at the ankle area and work on the Achilles tendon especially. So if you find that you don't have a lot of muscular elasticity, you can't move well on your feet, you can't rebound quickly, then doing plyometrics will help you out a lot. But if you're already proficient in that area, I'm not saying don't do plyometrics, but I'm saying it'd probably be better for your time, more useful for you to focus on other things. And another point I want to make is guidelines when doing plyometric workouts. Plyometric workouts really don't take that long. I mean, after a warm-up, you're probably going to be working out for like 20 to 30 minutes, and at the end of the workout, you're not going to be like panting and really tired and out of breath, because the main goal of plyometrics is to, they're CNS intensive exercise. If you're doing high-intensity plyometrics, you're probably not going to be doing a lot of reps. I mean, if you're doing I wouldn't recommend doing more than like 10 reps per exercise. If you're doing things like tuck jumps, things like that. If you're doing depth jumps, I mean, a simple workout might just be like 7 sets of 3, and that's not really a lot of reps. But the importance is that you're making sure each rep's really powerful and explosive. And at the end, you're not going to be super tired, and you're probably not going to be working out for a long time. But that's not the purpose of plyometrics. The purpose of plyometrics is to make sure you're really working on those fast twitch fibers, make sure you're being really explosive. Another thing to look out for is when you're doing plyometrics, if you notice any type of drop off at all during the workout, like you notice like a significant drop in performance during these workouts, you need to stop immediately, because as soon as you notice a significant drop, then you're really not getting anything out of the exercise anymore, because the whole point of the exercise is that you're making sure that each rep is done pretty much 95 to 100% of your maximum capability. So if you drop below that, then there's no point in continuing on. So yep, those are some guidelines of plyometrics. When you should start, you need to make sure that you have decent level of strength, decent level of coordination, but the whole need to squat 1.5 times your body weight really isn't true for everybody. But I definitely would do some strength training during and before starting plyometrics. When it comes to what plyometrics work on, it's mainly an exercise that works on the ankle area. So if you have good muscular elasticity and reactivity, then you probably don't need to be doing plyometrics as much. But if that's an area that you're really struggling in, then you need to put plyometrics more at the forefront of your training. Also, plyometric workouts really aren't that long. Do make sure that don't worry if they're not long. Don't worry if you're not super tired at the end of the workout, because that's not the point of a plyometric workout. And finally, if you notice a significant drop off at any point in the workout, it's time to stop, time to call it quits. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this quick little rundown on some basic principles and guidelines behind plyometric training. Explosive Movement Pattern signing off. Peace.